1997. Certainly a pleasure for me as principal of Kenton High School to welcome all of you. At this time, I would like to introduce our superintendent of Kenton City Schools, Mr. David Sturgeon.
What a great place to be. You know, I stood up here and watched our graduates. I see our proud parents and relatives. We've been playing in the national anthem. And if you don't have a little lump in your chest or your throat after something like this, there's nothing that signifies America and anything more than a high school graduation, the ending of 12, 13 years of instruction. I think back to parents that those little babies were born at 6 or 7 pounds 18 years ago, and somehow they've made it up here to this, and parents are saying, we made it, and graduates need to say that too, we made it, and it is just a wonderful American institution, this thing we call the American graduation, the American commencement exercises. And it is, again, as we talk about commencement, because it is the beginning for these young people. And parents, you're turning them loose a little bit. Maybe you already thought they would have been turned loose, but they really are now. And again, we, on behalf of the Board of Education, myself, do congratulate our graduates, congratulate the parents, the relatives that are here tonight. But again, what a great thing we have in America, in Ohio, and in Kenton, Ohio tonight. I'd like to introduce at this time some of the platform guests so that you know who all is up here. And we'll start on my right, Mr. Steve Ashba. Steve is our treasurer of the Board of Education and signs the diplomas as well. And Steve is a graduate of Kenton High School back a few years ago. I don't remember what year. 1970, and he said there were 204, is that right? In his grade class. By the way, I think, I graduated in 1959, and I haven't researched it, but I really think this is the smallest class to graduate Kenton. There's 117 graduated today since 1959. So I don't know what happened about 18 years ago that, thank goodness, you parents made sure we had some graduates this year, but I think there were a few parents who were down on the job. We only had 117. Our next guest on the platform representing Ohio High Point. As you know, we have a number of our students who go to Ohio High Point their junior year, senior year, as part of their education. And representing Ohio High Point is Rose part of the band. Next is Tim Stryker, a member of the Board of Education, Vice President of the Board of Education. He is also our representative to the Ohio High Point Board of Education. Diane Smith, board member and proud parent of a member of the class of 1997. John Stryker, our veteran, John Stryker, that's John Roby. John Roby, our veteran board member. Chuck Dixon, parent of children in the Kenton City School District, also a board member. Sandra Winnett, a graduate of Kenton High School. Children are graduate of Kenton High School and grandchildren in the Kenton school system. She is our Board of Education president. Our next guest, I will let Mr. Morrison introduce a little bit later on in the program. This time now, it gives me a great deal of pleasure to introduce the president of the class of 1997, who will introduce the other representatives here, and that is Lee Musson.
First class speaker will be Kenton.
I would like to extend a warm welcome to the school board members, Mr. parents, family, and friends to this special ceremony long awaited by the class of 1997. Today is the day we celebrate all that we have accomplished in the past 13 years of our lives. It is a celebration of achievement and hard work. Wow, 13 years. From the first day of kindergarten to receiving a diploma here today, we have been through a lot together. Let's reflect for a moment on some of what we've shared in these years. The first day of kindergarten found us fearful of leaving our moms, but once they let go, we ventured into a new environment of which we were very unsure of. Mom said it would be okay, but when we set foot in the classroom, we knew she wasn't telling the truth. There were so many faces we did not know, and we were unsure of what to do. We soon found the warm-hearted teacher taking us under her wing. With a kind smile, she directed us on which way we were to go. We soon made friends, and going to school was not so bad. Nap time, recess, and milk breaks were something we could get used to. First grade jumped in front of us fast. This again was a whole new situation. We had to learn reading, writing, and math skills. Nap times and milk breaks were no longer on the agenda. But we grew comfortable with our peers and learning became fun. All through elementary school, we kept the same friends and formulated many fond memories. But those darn time tests, I don't think we ever got used to those. Middle school was also a tough transition. Now we had to deal with homerooms and hall passes. We had to make new friends and figure out what class was where. We did not spend all day in just one classroom anymore. We had a schedule to follow. We were the low man on the totem pole again, and that was an adjustment we all had to make. Exams were also a new thing for us. Now studying was a necessity. After 8th grade promotion, we ventured into the high school. Wow, we sure thought it was big. By the time the first day of school rolled around, we had already called our friends to find out what classes we had together and to see if we ate the same lunch period. We latched on to each other for security. We were going to school with the big guys now. We had to know what we were doing. We were an easy target for the upperclassmen to pick on. It wasn't much fun, but we knew that once we were at least sophomores, they would get better, and it did. All through high school, we knew that someday we would graduate, but we never thought it would roll around this soon. We sure have accomplished a lot in 13 years. We have matured, not just in our personalities, but in knowledge we have attained. We now are faced with making many decisions. For example, whether to go on to college or proceed to find a job and work, to get married or join the military. These are life-affecting decisions that we've always dreamed of making, and now we need to decide and then proceed in that direction. It is up to us. We can make our mark in this world. We are the class of 1997, and we will succeed in life with the help of all that we have learned in the past 13 years. We have been given a good foundation, and now we need to do our best in whatever endeavor we choose. Best of luck, class of 1997. Thank you.
Our next class speaker will be Tiffany Molly.
Mr. Sturgeon, members of the board, teachers, visitors, friends, family, and the graduating class of 1997. We are here today to say
two vacated chairs amongst our graduates this evening in memory of Andy Francis and Chris Kenton. These two young men were killed in tragic car accidents, but their memory is very vivid with us this evening. The class of 1997 would like for everyone to please bow their heads for a moment of silent reflection, to remember both of them, and to also extend their hearts to the families of Andy and Chris. Thank you. We will next have the presentation of the spoon and the acceptance of the spoon by Senior Class President Lee Musson and the acceptance by Junior Class President Elizabeth Temple.
As is a tradition at Kenton Senior High, the senior class president presents the spoon to the junior class president, symbolizing the passage of leadership from the graduating senior class to the incoming senior class. I believe that our class, the class of 1997, has done a very good job this year as our school leaders. I wish the class of 1998 the very best and as they assume their role as president, our seniors. And I present this spoon to junior class president Elizabeth Temple.
I accept the spoon on behalf of the class of 1998. I hope we can follow in the footsteps of those who have come before us. The class of 97 has shown us leadership in athletics, academics, and in taking on responsibility. You've also shown us to be there for our friends in good times and in bad. We will miss the class of 1997. We wish you congratulations and good luck in whatever you do.
Disciplined, dedicated, resourceful, hardworking, tenacious, determined, well-organized, and motivated. Yes, all of these words describe our guest speaker, but to best define Mark Elin, I must borrow a statement that Senior Kelly Turner hung in the art room showcase. I knew as soon as I read it that this is what Mark Elin is all about. The statement reads, "It's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice." A role model citizen, a pleasant personality, a quality individual. The story that I can best relate to Mark Elin was something that I had watched on television last winter. I watched Channel 50 quite frequently, which is the Ohio Sports Channel, and they had several Mid-American Conference basketball coaches that they were interviewing, women's basketball coaches, and they were asking those coaches who their mentors were when they were growing up. And several of those coaches that were being interviewed always mentioned the more famous people that were in front of the media and that were having successful programs. The Rick Pitino's, major college names were mentioned as people that had brought them along as far as their coaching careers. Well, I was amazed when I saw Mark Elin on TV and they asked Mark Elin the same question. Mark Elin, who was your mentor? Mark Elin has roots in Kenton, Ohio. Mark Elin's response was Dick Jones. wondering, who is Dick Jones? But Dick Jones meant a lot to Mark Elam. Mark hasn't forgotten. And to this day, Mark Elam will not forget some of the special moments that happened to him in this high school and while he was a student. It's important for all of us to know the qualities that Mark Elam brings to the table today. I think some of the things that Dick Jones had taught Mark was to respect the game of basketball and to excel every day in whatever you can do and do the same thing the next day. And that's a trademark of Mark Elam. That's what he does every day when he wakes up, is try to do something better in that present day that he had done the day before. I think what is unique about Mark is what you see is what you get. There's nothing phony about Mark. He is a genuine, quality person. A nice person. And it's certainly a pleasure for me to introduce to you one of the nicest people that I know. A 1971 graduate of Kenton High School, a 1975 graduate of Ohio State University, Master of Arts in Communication graduate of Bowling Green State University, and presently the head women's basketball coach at the University of Toledo. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you Mr. Mark Elam.
There we go, 6'5". My God, I'm still alive, and that's pretty sad. Got tears. I saw the spoon, and I thought of. I just met Micah Smith a couple days ago, and I thought this must be Micah Smith's baby spoon. Where are you? You know, I did some research about this spoon, and they started this tradition in 1904. And by the way, you know, Ron kept telling me keep the speech short. My speech isn't as long as what he just talked about. I'm going to try to keep it shorter than that. 1904, this spoon, this tradition started. And then they cut it off in like the teens. Then they brought it back in the 20s. It's been there ever since. This is actually the third spoon. And I'm a little disappointed in my alma mater because I'd like to see them be a little bit more creative. Instead of 3 spoons, we could have a whole place setting by now. We could have a spoon. We could be presenting a fork. Here's the, you know, the salad bowl or something. It is a really great thrill to be here, and I can't explain it. I mean, my niece is graduating today, and my family's here, and I see so many familiar faces. And, Rick Burbacher, we played high school basketball together, and I've got a few stories to talk about that. And Kathy Britton over here, we played in the band together, and I see Bob Davis over there, my all-time idol. I understand hey, I'm telling you, don't laugh, baby. That guy can play some basketball, and still can. I never wanted to guard him, or never wanted him to guard me because he was a hack. True. Big time. Nah, baby, nah. That's the saying I hear. All right. And then there's J.D. Smith. I know he's here, and his daughter's graduating today. The best teacher I ever had. And he honed the ham in me to a fine edge. It took him a little time, but he told me before we went on today, he said, you know, I taught you everything I knew. But how was that again? I shouldn't have started. See, he's smarter than I am. I'm not even going to say it. Then I see Phil Burson over here. And Phil and I taught together at Bluffton, and we did a little Abner together. And it's always good to see the Bopper. That's my nickname for Phil. And I heard his daughter singing cabaret, and there you are right there. Boy, awesome. Awesome. Must get their singing from their mother. me and my speech, so let me pull out my speech here. See. That's a joke. I stole this from the library. I'll do anything for a laugh. All right. I would feel a lot more comfortable if class of 1997, if we can assume for a second that you're my basketball team and I'm your coach. That would make me feel a little more comfortable up here. Now, we've got a problem right away because we're a basketball team, only 5 can play at a time. And playing time is going to be tough for a lot of you. I just want to let you know that right off the bat. Parents, I know how parents are too, so don't get started. So you guys laugh because you know it's true. Absolutely. I want to go back to 1971, my senior year. 71, the year of fun. Do you guys still have a little thing, 97? No. Okay. 1971. Nikes were air missiles, not Air Jordans. OJ was beloved by millions for his slashing style of running. And I had a whole head of hair, believe it or not. I still have hair, but I prefer the wide part look. Now, some of you guys, let me just tell you right now, some of you may have laughed at that last comment. It's going to happen to you. Yep. And I need to tell you about class reunions. You see, when you go to a class reunion, I don't know if your class will do this 5 years from now, but our class, they have these gag awards. They're supposed to be funny. And one of the awards is most bald. And we've had 5 reunions, and I'm undefeated in that particular category. I thought I was the class's Rick Pitino. In fact, I'm the class's Dick Vitale. That's the way it goes. But anyway, back to 1971. If you were to ask me what I wanted to do with my life, it was very, very simple. I wanted to coach basketball. Basketball was my passion. I lived on the Cherry Street courts. I thought I owned the Cherry Street courts, in fact. And I just loved it. And I knew that's what I wanted to do with my life. And in fact, that's ironically what I'm doing. But I got to tell you, my high school experience with basketball was not very stellar. Our team, my senior year, was not very good. In fact, I think we were not only the worst team in Kenton history, maybe the worst team in the history of all sports. We were pretty bad. We won 3 games our senior year. Was it only 2? I thought it went in. We only won 2 games. Well, I remember after one of the games, the Kenton Times was so sarcastic back then. The headlines read, "Guess who wins by 24 points?" That was but I could shoot with the best of them. Couldn't score, but I could shoot. People didn't come. This would have been a great crowd for our basketball games, but you see, those bleachers were pulled back, and I think they pulled those back, and in fact, they had these pulled back. We just didn't have anybody come. No one wanted to see us play. The fight song was, let me see, "Rah Rah for Kenton." No one's in the crowd yelling, "Rah Rah for Kenton." Well, I wasn't a great player. I was pretty average, in fact, but I wanted to be great. And I was the scrappy hustle guy because I couldn't shoot a lick. So that's just what I was, the scrappy hustle guy. And it killed me to lose as many games as we did. And that's all we did was lose. And I think because of that, that's why I wanted to coach. I wanted to win some games somewhere down the line. I didn't want to be known as an average player or known as a loser. And it's hard to believe I've been coaching now, and that's my profession. It's really, really hard to believe that you can do that for a living. I have a friend, Skip Prosser, who's the coach at Xavier, and he was quoted as saying, "Yeah, I've got a great job. I can wear my Reeboks to work every day, and I get those for free. And that pretty much sums up my life, too. Anyway, I've learned a lot along the way, like we all do. And it's been 26 years since I was in your spot. And a few things I want to share with you. But the first thing is this. I think some of you here in the class of 97, you know exactly what you want. You've got your dream set. And by the way, your class motto, let me read this class motto before we get started. Because it's got some good words in here. Yesterday is but a dream, tomorrow is only a vision. Today, well lived, makes every yesterday a dream of happiness, and every tomorrow a vision of hope. That's very confusing. I'm not sure I know. But it has some good words in there. And the first word I'd like to talk about is dream, having a dream. I just mentioned that my dream was to be a basketball coach. What's your dream? Do you have a dream right now? Some of you know exactly what you want to do. You know, I know I've spoken to Micah Smith. Micah, where are you? You should be like standing up. Where are you? Oh, okay, thank you. I know he wants to be a doctor. And that's going to be his dream, and he's going with that. Some of you may not know what your dream is right now, but it's going to happen. You're going to find it. Some of you don't have a clue, and you may never have a clue. And I guess you're the people that I want to talk to right now, because you've got to have something to shoot for. It's important to start with a mission, a sense of purpose, a vision. And in sports, I know that the toughest people to beat, the toughest team to beat, are those teams that have a sense of purpose, a vision. And if you want to excel in this game of life, you've got to first have that dream, and first have that vision. And you've got to become passionate about reaching that goal. It's got to be a burning desire inside of you. And you can't be lukewarm about your life. You know, lukewarm, is there anything in life that's good, that's lukewarm? Hands. Anybody? What's good is lukewarm? I think I'll have a nice lukewarm cup of soup. No, thank you. I think I'll take a bath, nice lukewarm, but no! I wanted to wake a few of these guys up there. Don't be lukewarm. Be passionate about what you do. Let me tell you the difference between commitment and involvement, because commitment is what it's all about. You don't want to be involved in life. You want to be committed to a dream. Commitment is what you want. Now, who here in this class, I need a hand. I need a hand from one of you, because I know somebody either has worked at McDonald's or is working at McDonald's right now. Okay, raise your hand. Somebody raise your hand. Okay, right over here. Now, stand up, please. Maggie, can you tell me what's on a sausage McMuffin? You're still going to graduate. This is not a trick question. Sausage McMuffin. Sausage, cheese, and an egg, and a McMuffin. Okay, thank you. Let's give her a hand. Now, you know, getting back to commitment versus involvement. Let's say that Maggie goes to McDonald's and she has a sausage McMuffin. Forget about the cholesterol for a second. How you doing, band? Right. Forget about the cholesterol. Let's think about the sausage McMuffin and the commitment versus involvement. Now, the egg that the chicken laid, the chicken had it easy. He was merely, or she, I'm a Kenton High grad. That chicken was just involved in your breakfast, Maggie. Just clucking along, boop, laid an egg, and then boom, laid more eggs, and went on with life. But now think about that poor little piggy. And the commitment that pig made to that sausage, to your sandwich. Gave is life. Okay, bad example. Sorry. Well, you've got to believe in yourself, team. You can't start to doubt. story about what happened to me when I was just a year older than you. I already told you I was a scrappy hustle guy. You know I'm not very tall. But I had a dream that I wanted to play basketball at Ohio State. And yet when I went to Ohio State, and you see back in the old days, back in I guess 1972, freshmen were ineligible to play varsity sports in college. You had to wait till your sophomore year before you could hit the big times. So they had freshman teams. And at Ohio State, in my particular year, they had, I think, 4 scholarship athletes, and the rest they filled with walk-ons. Well, you know, I thought maybe that'd be a good idea to try for. But you know what? I chickened out. I was scared. And I thought maybe I'd just make a fool out of myself. I thought scrappy hustle guys are a dime a dozen. And so the team was chosen, and a few weeks passed, and it came out in the paper. I'll never forget where I was. I saw this in the paper that some guys were kicked off the team, and they were going to have tryouts again. Well, this time I went for it. And I didn't focus on what I couldn't do. I focused on the things I did well, and which was scrapping and hustling. You know, that was me. And I played with a lot of enthusiasm, and I made my presence felt there. Well, to make a long story short, I made the team. It was one of the best moments of my life. And I didn't play very much, and I didn't care. As long as I was wearing that scarlet and gray uniform, there's not a lot of people that can say that. And I was extremely, extremely proud that that happened. I was Rudy. You see the movie Rudy? I was Rudy before Rudy. I was pre-Rudy. And the movie, you know. I have an uncle, had an uncle, he's passed away. His name is Uncle PB, Phil Davis. Many of you know Phil. He sent me a card of congratulations after I made the team, and I'll never forget what he said. In fact, I still have the card, and I look at it from time to time. He said, "Mark, sometimes you have to take chances. You'll be surprised how often you succeed if you just try." Now, team, you don't want to look back 10 years from now, 20 years from now, with regret and say, you know what, if I only tried, if I'd only gone for it. I was lucky in that particular instance because I had a second chance. You don't always get second chances in life. Hopefully you do, but you don't always. So you got to search for your dream, and then you know what, you got to go for it. You can't be afraid to fail. Now you got to be able to work hard too. We tell my team up at Toledo that without work, there is no reason to dream. And you think about all the things you've done in your career here at Kenton, all the big exams and the tests that you aced or that you did extremely well on. You athletes, the big games, the championships, the cabaret. I was at cabaret just a few days ago. And the exhilaration after that last cabaret, the musicals that you've had, the concerts. When it ends and it's finally over and your graduation here today, the exhilaration you feel because you know you've worked extremely hard. Good things come because you work hard at something. I know a lot of you may have seen the Utah Jazz beat the Houston Rockets a few days ago, and John Stockton nailed a three-pointer to win the game. And you saw grown men jumping and hugging and crying and just elated because of this tremendous victory. And the reason for that elation is because they realize that all the work that they've put into their whole career has paid off, and now they're going to the NBA Finals. You know, when you work hard, you know, good things happen. And dreaming and hard work go hand in hand. Now listen, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to make some doozies. I'm going to say it again. You are going to make mistakes. You think your life is perfect. It's not. You're not going to live a perfect life. You're going to face adversity. You're going to have tough times. You're going to encounter people who love to destroy dreams. Negative people who love to put your dreams down. And they're going to tell you what you can't do. I loved going to school here at Kenton High School. But I had a guidance counselor who told me once that coaching wasn't for me. And well, sometimes the greatest feeling you have is proving people wrong. And I think I proved him wrong. The other thing to learn is that you've got to be persistent. You can't give up too soon. And I think that's why people aren't successful a lot of times. They just give up too soon. You've got to embrace your mistakes. You got to love your mistakes. You got to be glad you make mistakes. Be glad you make mistakes because that's how you learn. And you're all going to make it, so you better embrace them. In fact, you better enjoy your mistakes. You better laugh about it. You know, we have my wife Mimi and I. We have a 3-month-old daughter, and one thing I realized, I'm realizing a lot of things, but one thing I realized is that she's learning very quickly. I mean, she knows how to. Okay, I got permission. She's learning how to poop. Well, she does that pretty well. She knew that right off the bat. I got permission. I can say that at a graduation. So she can wet her pants. She can poop. We've got some old timers here thinking, hey, you're not at graduation. She can sleep real well, but she's learning how to smile. And I realized as I was writing the speech, you know, it's one of the first things we learn when we're born is how to smile. And so many times it's also the first thing we forget. It is how to smile at things and how to let things roll off your back and just enjoy life. So don't forget how to smile when times get tough. All right, team, here's the finish. I want you to close your eyes. Now you guys can keep your eyes open. Graduating class, close your eyes. I want you to see in your mind all the people in your life who always believed in you, even when maybe you didn't believe in yourself. Those people who always supported you through good times and bad, and were always there for you. Now, can you see them? Your mom and dad, your grandma and your grandpa, your shosh, your friends. Okay, now open your eyes. You know, they're the reason you're here today. And they're the reason you are who you are. So when you get a chance, be sure to not just thank them, but give them a big hug and a kiss. And tell them you love them for helping you reach this day. Now, I'm proud to be a Kenton High School graduate. And I hope you will be too. Congratulations, class. Best of luck. Thank you very much.
Don, you raised quite a young man here. Aren't you proud? Why don't you stand and be recognized? Don Elam, this is Mark's father, Don Elam. Now I know why Deb talks so much. The main reason that we are here tonight is to graduate these fine young women and men of Kenton High School. Mrs. Winnett and Board of Education, it gives me a great deal of pleasure as principal of Kenton High School to certify to you that these students have met all the standards set by the Kenton Board of Education and the State Department of Education and are eligible to receive their high school diplomas this evening. Mrs. Winnett, before we announce the graduates, I would like for all the previous graduates of Kenton High School to please stand and be recognized. All previous graduates. Are you ready? Are you ready? Junior class vice president and president, please bring the graduates forward. First graduate of the class of 1997, Jessica Renee Albert. Carlisle Wayne Allen. Antonio Altamirano. Rodney Dean Omwig. Rhonda Marie Ard. Carl Joseph Atzball. Angela Nicole Bailey. Rodney Avery Barrett. Joella Marie Baum. Derek Matthew Beitelcheese. Matthew Sheldon Bowman. Donna Marie Bridenstine. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with distinction, Nicole Marie Britton. Sarah Lynn Burson. Brandon Lee Butcher. Mariana Lato Sereno. Shauna Marie Clark. Jeffrey Leonard Cole. Alicia Marie Conley. Curtis Dane Conley. Troy Allen Conley. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with high distinction, Jennifer Michelle Copenhaver. Andrew Roger Crates. Emily Catherine Davis. Robert Trevor Davis. Michelle Lynn DeBona. Angela Inez Decker. Margaret Ann DeVore. Morgan Elizabeth Dick. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with distinction, Abby Lynn Dodds. Lonnie Allen Dyer. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with distinction, Brianna Corinne Elsesser. Cameron Tyler Bay. Aaron Lynn Fink. Heather Nicole Fleece. Ray Gallant. Matthew Wayne Getz. Penny Joe Grau. Nicole Dawn Hall. Amanda Kim Hart. Adam Clay Haudenshield. Brian Philip Hensley Jr. Bryce Wayne Hensley. Brian Orville Hicks. Angela Michelle Holbrook. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with distinction, Michael Stephen Holland. Jeremy Lee Howard. Jason Andrew Hughes. April Dawn Houston. Stephanie Ann Jackson. Kimberly Marie James. Jeremiah Philip Johnson. Jesse Abram Jones. Robert Russell Jones. Virginia Jean Ann Jordan. Bradley Jean Cowell. Kara Danielle Cowell. Stephen Lee Keckler. Daniel Lee Kemery. Matthew Daniel Kemery. Jason Robert Kendall. Justin Ryan Kropp. Chastity Renee Larson. Graduating with distinction, Bradley Richard Lowe.
Way to go, Brad.
Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with distinction, Kelly Christine Mabry. Mark Edward Mans. Matthew Ryan Mans. Heath Lacey Marling. Samantha Lynn Maynard. James Miller. Shannon Marie Milady. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with high distinction, Daniel James Mulligan. Nathan Uriah Murphy. Lee Daniel Musson. Raymond Earl Meyer. Michael Todd Newman. Eric Allen Oldham. Matthew Lee Osborne. Zachary Thomas Pitts. Molly Nicole Purcell. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with high distinction, Catherine Louise Radway. James Lowell Ratliff. Amanda Sue Reel. Eric Lowell Rich. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with distinction, Emily Ann Reisner. Amanda Eileen Ritchie. Melinda Sue Schwartz. Andrew Dale Shepard. Sarah Elizabeth Shope. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with high distinction, Micah David Carr Smith. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with distinction, Teresa Marie Smith. Amanda Corrine Spears. Andre Rashad Spivey. Jennifer Lynn Sprang. Graduating with distinction, Zachary John Stoliker. Karen Elizabeth Stansberry. Emily Marie Strand. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with high distinction, Jennifer Deanne Taylor. Christina Sue Titus. Kelly Joe Turner. Evan Michael Beers. Matthew Ryan Wagner. Rebecca Joe Wallace. West. Tammy Marie Rassman. Megan Laureen Wietrich. Hillary Mackenzie Wyndham. Tiffany Marie Womack. And the last graduate of this extraordinary class of 1977, Sarah Ann 1997. Excuse me. I did this last year. Excuse me. Sarah Ann Zimmerman. Okay, graduates, please stand. Take that tassel, turn it over to the other side of your motorboard. Mr. Ganger, give me a drum roll. It's time to celebrate! Come on. All right. I officially declare you graduates of Kenton High School. And at this time, we would have some comments from our board president, Sandra Winnett. Graduates, please be seated.